Hello, I'm Pastor May, and this is the show Ask Pastor May, where I endeavor to answer questions that you have sent in to the email address askpmay@gmail.com. Again, that email address is askpmay@gmail.com. I don't claim to know everything, but I will try my best based on my experience in working with God, my experience being a pastor over several years, and my experience relating with people to answer your questions in a way that's scriptural and also practical. I have a question before me today, and I will read the question and then endeavor to answer it. It reads, I am married and I love my husband, but he keeps insisting that I perform sexual acts that make me feel uncomfortable. I mean, I feel dirty. Is sex not enough? If you're watching this, I hope you're married, okay? The Bible says that marriage is honorable and the bed undefiled. The bed of marriage is honorable and it should be conducted in an honorable way. Now, if you're there and you're watching this and you happen to, if you're the person who sent this question in, or you are experiencing something similar where your spouse is just pushing you in directions that you don't feel comfortable with, depending on how extreme some of these things may be. I was actually watching a show on YouTube the other day, and it's a show about pastors' wives, and there was this particular pastor who was giving his wife a gift. I think it was their anniversary or something, and she opened the gift and it was a pair of handcuffs, and he told her that that night when he came back he didn't want her in anything but the handcuffs. And to me, in my mind, I was thinking that this is just so wrong. It was probably a carryover from his unbelieving days, and there are some things that for believers, I mean, it's just too extreme. It's over the line. I can't imagine a woman of God in handcuffs. Now, that doesn't mean that when there's intimacy between husband and wife and they are Christian, that it cannot be fun, it cannot be lively, and it cannot have some spice in it. But what's a woman doing with handcuffs? How is that in any way glorifying or honorable to God? How is that in any way not worldly or dirty? It just doesn't make sense, you know. So there's some things that are extreme, there's some things that, okay, may push the envelope a little bit but are still okay, but there are just some things that are extreme. And if you are such a person and your spouse is putting you in situations where after you're done you feel dirty, you feel ungodly, you feel you've just gone over to the dark side, and I think it's an issue that's worth addressing. First of all, try to address it with him. Let him know that you feel uncomfortable about these things. Don't be bashful about it. Tell him you don't feel that it's within the confines or within the realm of honor when your marriage or intimacy in your marriage is involved. Talk to him about it and then pray for him. If it's a situation whereby the person you are married to was so far into the world, did so many crazy things in the world, they may need some deliverance, and if that is the case, you may need to pray for them or encourage them to seek some counseling, encourage them to speak to somebody. But definitely this isn't something that should be left unaddressed. Address it and talk about it and come to a happy common medium that you know isn't outside the will of God or what would actually be glorifying to God. Okay, I hope I've helped you with that question, and if you have any questions relating to that or some other subject matter, feel free to send to askpmay@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.